Hello everyone! So let's get to Tokyo, Japan. And the nice thing about YouTube is that we can arrive anywhere just in seconds. So let's get started. Basically for any of my travel videos, especially the Japan one, I'm going to explore mainly the food, the accommodation, and anything that I think would interest you, anything that's intriguing. And arriving at the airport, Japan always gives you this sense of cleanliness and efficiency. So arriving there was definitely very, very smooth and it was hassle-free. And for this Japan tour, we joined actually a guided tour, so everything was planned for us, and then with Japanese organization, everything was just smooth. It tells you exactly everything is numerical, telling you where to wait for a bus, and because our hotel actually have a bus, it was extremely easy to find. And this tour is actually worth it, unlike the China tour that charges you close to nothing, but it's a complete scam that just try to high pressure you in buying a lot of stuff, which I'm going to explore in another video if you're interested. And something I want to mention about Japan, for those of you who have been there, you'll notice that it's really, really clean. Basically, there's not going to be any awkward smell most of the time. Even the drivers, take immaculate care of their vehicles or their surrounding. If you look around, there's not much garbage or anything. And look at the selection of drinks. So anyways, let's get to the hotel right now. Because this is a very economical tour, the places that we go to aren't going to be the best hotel or the best view. In fact, the location was quite awful. We arrived at 3, and because the town is an hour or so or a little bit more than that away, and we weren't too familiar with the town, so that was completely out of the question. The view that you're looking at right now, you might feel like the hotel room is actually not that small, but because of the camera, it's actually a lot bigger than it seems. It really is, and the room is actually quite small. So this tour, we paid $450 for a 7-day Japan tour, including most meals and accommodations and the transportation. So this is the hotel room that you're gonna get. Although it's not the nicest and there's nothing much to say about it, but it is clean, I have to say that. But luckily, although the accommodation is not the best, basically my 2 favorite hobby in this whole wide world is traveling as well as exploring different food. So for Japan, they definitely doesn't lag in that aspect of things. Right now, we're just at a local mall that is right next to the hotel. They have anything with the free shuttle, basically, because we only had a few hours and we traveled a little bit, so we were quite tired, so we just kind of stopped by whatever is closest. And look at this mall, like the way I felt, it was like it's not even in the core city, but everything looks good and everything was actually good, well, except for this sushi place, which I'm going to explain to you in a momentarily. And but all these other food items, especially the rice dishes or the ramen, it's so popular in Toronto, but in Japan, this is it, this is the best. Even an ice cream cone was just awesome. So this was the night that we get to actually eat on our own. All the other meals were included in the tour. It honestly wasn't the best food Japan has to offer, but it was included, so I don't feel right actually leaving the tour because I can just simply go to Japan anytime, right? But this is a rotating sushi that we went to. That was the only option of sushi that night. But for the pricing, it just wasn't up to par. My favorite food in the whole wide world is sushi, so I have quite a bit of experience in it. And the way, the freshness of it, the quality of it, the craftsmanship of the sushi wasn't up to standard. So it's not the best, maybe for these smaller places. But then the restaurant that we did go to, however, when we skipped one of the lunches, that place was actually divine. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And during this video, what you're seeing is, what you do to get tea and get ginger and get wasabi. So everything is pretty much a little bit self-serve like. Everything you need is just right in front of you. So for those of you who maybe have never been, this is what you do. But because the food isn't that great, I didn't take too many pictures of it. In fact, you're gonna see in this sushi picture that even the seaweed is all like soggy and soft. So it's not the greatest thing out there. I would much rather actually ate that ramen right there. Okay, so here we are, day one. We cannot make it to Tokyo this time, unfortunately. However, we're not disappointed by any stretch by coming to this tiny mall, apparently, but it's already surpasses any mall you can find in Canada, in my opinion. The food court right now, one tiny store like this in Canada, they would be making a fortune, like for those type of izakaya restaurants, and it's literally less than half the price. So right in front of us is these famous octopus balls, and this is 6 of them cost 470 yen, and 8 of them is 550 yen. So let's see how it tastes. As I remember, very crunchy. For a few dollars, this is not bad. At least we don't have to pay entrance fee to some night market or anything. That's outdoor and in the middle of nowhere. So here we go. This is it. So this is a wrap for my video today. Until next time, everyone. Bye.